Game number 3 of 4 here from the rinks at Exeter in our first championship game as we go back to the 2011 bracket. Team Massachusetts taking on Team Vermont. We'll wrap things up with the 2010 bracket where Mass will square off against New Hampshire, but after completing the consolation games, now we'll see who's going to finish first and second respectively. As the game is on, and Braden Campanelli will start it ahead for Team Massachusetts, the home team wearing the crimson sweaters. Vermont, the visitors, in that traditional UVM look. Shot attempt was blocked and into the corner. Flip back up to the point. Miller with a long shot deflected. Just the first save for Quincy Cover. Massachusetts controlling out high. Taylor protecting, taking it around the goal. Swings it back to the point for Miller, trying again with a long wrist shot. That's turned away off the blocker. It's a Massachusetts team that scored 4 goals in the first period against New Hampshire. Another 4 in the second. That's off the face mask of Cover. A couple shots already here in this game as that was blocked down off a Massachusetts player in front. That was Renault who was hit with that friendly fire shot. Vermont now can get possession and come away cleanly, but a good opening shift here for Team Massachusetts in this championship game. Mass going with Jackson Downs in goal to start. They did play both goalies against New Hampshire, so we'll see if Will Mitchell comes in for the second period. Puck poked across the blue line, taken back out to center ice by Massachusetts, but quickly turning back in is Levi Gover. Pushes a backhander on, and Downs is able to make his first save. Gover getting back defensively, laid a check there. No penalty as Clark got knocked down. This puck will stay in play as it's off the end boards, down the left wing side. Clark picks up to it. A weak shot is stopped, and Massachusetts will get attacking zone draw. They've got 5 of the game's first 6 shots. They wasted no time against New Hampshire in that game last time out. Got themselves out to a 3-0 lead. Led 4-1 after the first period and just never looked back, even as New Hampshire tried to chip away that lead. We'll see what this offense can perhaps come up with in this championship game, as an opportunity there was stifled nicely by Couture, who's trying to defend the front of the net as Briere centers, and a shot fought off by Downs. As a bank pass could not be collared. Clark to the line, but not out. Good keep by Del Giaco, whose shot just goes over the glove of Downs and wide. Vermont trying to counter with a good offensive shift of their own. They only have just the 2 shots now on net. As Mass trying to clear off the glass. A good keep there originally, but now it is banked ahead and a 2-on-2 rush. Clark will go to goal as that shot is driven on net. Cover able to make the save. Right at the line. Schiffenhaus could not keep. It's offside on Team Massachusetts. So nearly 3.5 minutes into the first and no score of this championship game. Halfway through our final day here from the rinks at Exeter. It's been a great 3 days here. It's been a pretty competitive tournament, and if the consolation games are any indicator, the championship game should be really good. Team Maine won both consolation games by 2 goal scores, 4-2 and 5-3 respectively. As Wild moves in. Her shot got blocked down, and it just clears itself out of the line as Dupree tries to send it back on the backhand. Dupree from his own zone swings it around to the far side. Schifferhouse trying to pinch. Might have gotten caught there. As Castingue sees it swatted back to Wild. She'll hold and shoot. Downs made the save, got bumped into there, but Mass coming back, able to clear the rebound out to center. Vermont trying to go forward with it. Abbott gains the line. Trying to do it all himself as he takes it in deep. Scored a big shorthanded goal in yesterday's game, and he opens the scoring here with a shot low into the stick side. 15:23 left to go here in the first. And it's Team Vermont to open the scoring. Jackson Abbott with a low shot, but an effective one. .437 into the game, and Vermont's got a lead to work with. They did not score first last night against Maine, but would respond with 3 unanswered goals to take a 3-1 lead. Now they're able to play with an early lead here in this championship game. Gover trying to re-enter the zone quickly. Couldn't get through Couture and Renault. That kicks off of Del Giaco's skate all the way to the corner where Renault is able to track it down. He got tripped up. That'll be enough for a penalty, though. Tripping call. It will send Gover to the box. And the game's first power play will go to Team Massachusetts. Team Massachusetts looking for an equalizer as that shot screams off back glass. Letting that fly was Declan Marley from the point. Massachusetts in deep. Campanelli turns it back in below the goal line. Gathered up by Taylor. He got knocked down. Work to Cronin in the circle. That shot stopped. Available rebound, and they'll tap it in from the top of the crease. Braden Campanelli had the entire net available, and he wasn't going to miss from in close. A power play goal for Massachusetts. And we are tied up 1 apiece. Campanelli had 2 in that 8-6 win against New Hampshire, and he gets Mass on the board with a power play tally. It was an effective shot from Cronin. Got the rebound they were looking for, and Campanelli just had to tap it on through. Not sure what the delay is. Trying to figure out what necessarily is going on. All right, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one trying to figure out what is the issue. Abbott scored the goal for Vermont. And now going into the penalty box is Feldman. And now Massachusetts wants an explanation. If only I could read lips from all the way up here. Seems like we're good to go. And Massachusetts will go right back to the power play. Gonna try and get more clarification on what led to all of that. Original focus was on the goal that was scored on the power play. Braden Campanelli tying the game up. Briere back in across the line. Throws it around the net of Downs. Clark carries it ahead, over the red, and now over the blue. Trying to pressure Wild. Banked up the boards. Marley keeps it in, only briefly. He'll go across to Cronin. Cronin will fire in wide of the goal. 1-1 game as we're nearly 7 minutes in. Vermont trying to get a penalty kill here to keep this game tied up. As that was knocked down by Taylor into the slot, a shot that deflects wide of the net. Campanelli looks to emerge and try to go to the short side, but Cover is there to freeze the play. 34 seconds to go on the power play for Team Massachusetts. Off the draw. Gover spins around and gets the clear, sending that puck all the way into the Massachusetts zone. Christian Ramos, turnover, and in front, a couple of whacks at Downs made a few stops, and then it's finally whacked home. A shorthanded goal has restored Vermont's lead at 2-1 with 12:23 to go in the first. It kicked out in front and was in the crease. Downs made at least 2 or 3 saves before they finally were able to swat it into the net, but it took several tries, and Vermont, sticking with it, gets a shorthanded goal. They scored a shorthanded goal yesterday, and they have one here today to restore their lead at 2-1 now. And just 6 seconds remain on the penalty as Feldman is ready to exit the box. Jody Semler with the goal at a shorthanded marker at that. Vermont looking for more as it's fired behind the net wide by Weeks. Taylor trying to clear. Couple of pokes at it, but instead it's back in below the goal line where Ramos finding Renault. Another good play at the line. That was by Feldman. But now Team Massachusetts can carry it in. This is Renault with a shot. That was stopped. Rebound also stopped as it's loose in the blue paint. Everybody crashing into the crease, and we finally get a whistle. As Team Massachusetts tries to gate crash the Vermont goal. But Cover and company able to stand tall there. He made 2 good saves back to back. It's Massachusetts now in double-digit shots, 11-4 early on in this game. Still 11:22 to go in this opening period. Massachusetts had their way with Team New Hampshire yesterday. The shot disparity was staggering. And after that scrum, Cover finds himself back into the penalty box along with Evan Miller for Team Massachusetts. Matching Miners, though. As transition the other way, here's a chance. Downs making the save. Had to stretch his toe out. As Vermont nearly completed a pretty passing play. Instead, Massachusetts gets it to the red line, and they can dump it and go after it as we get closer to the halfway mark of this first period. Rodriguez in on the forecheck. Sees it come free. Schiffenhaus with space. That shot got blocked in front and cleared all the way down ice for an icing. Puck is lifted ahead. It was off of Ramos's glove. Marley back there defensively as Castingway plays it back off the boards. They work it to the point. Dupree with a shot. That was blocked down off of Marley and ended up on his own goaltender. Downs got a piece of that. Puck back out into neutral ice where Vermont has it. Dupree is able to play that in deep. Swung up the wall where Lyons plays it far down the right wing side. A high chip off the glass gets the puck out for Vermont. Castingway in over the line, cutting and shooting right on. Downs the save. A rebound available. It's taken by Vermont. Cleared back out high. Wild with his shot. That didn't miss by much. Stingway leaving it for Dupree. He lost it though, and it can be cleared all the way down where it just has enough to cross over the goal line and become an icing. Off the draw, Abbott pushes that through the top of the crease and wide. Vermont able to hold it in. It's Abbott throwing one towards net, and Downs can glove that for stoppage in play. That allows for both Gover and Miller to exit the penalty box. Off the draw, that shot off the post. Downs was not ready for that. Del Giaco just sent that from afar. We've got a penalty on the play. Hooking call. But Vermont nearly made it a 3-1 lead with that long point shot ringing iron. They are going to be shorthanded again, though. Feldman back to the penalty box. Third penalty against Vermont here in this first period. They allowed a power play goal on the first one, but then scored a shorthanded goal last time out. Massachusetts looking to tie the game up. Marley along the blue line, shovels it over to Miller. Miller will walk in. That shot picked up very late by Cover as it was sent wide stick side. Marley stick handling right at the line. Sends it into the corner. Good stick there from Weeks. But Marley is able to hold it in. Campanelli in deep. Cuts back to the forehand. Nearly had Cover wrong-footed there. That puck was just kept in by Marley. Close play. As Miller, top of the circle, had it knifed away, and Weeks, short-handed, has a rush potentially trying to get around Marley, who stands into him, but will be guilty of an interference minor. So the last two power plays have not gone well for Team Massachusetts after they scored on their first one. Allowed a short-handed goal, and now 59 seconds into the power play, we'll have to settle for 4-on-4. .750 to go in the first period. And we'll skate 4 aside for now. Schiffenhaus down the boards. Had it hacked away from him by Gulver. Schiffenhaus is trying to tie up with Gulver, who moves it ahead. Briere across neutral zone territory. Plays one in off the pads of Downs. Chipped off glass, kept by Vermont. 4-on-4 for 18 more seconds now as the puck rolls back out into center ice. Dangerous move by Dupree, but he got away with it as Briere can chip it into the corner. Vermont will now jump on to a 59-second power play with 6:45 to go here in period 1. They lead it 2-1. Team Massachusetts looks to complete a penalty kill that's got now 40 seconds remaining on it. Miller spun around, back onto his skates. Puck worked across the Vermont zone, gathered up by Castingue, who ran himself into Nelson, but managed to emerge with the puck. He'll step in and drill a shot. Downs got a piece of that off the blocker. Along the boards, Semler shoots, blocked. Stoppage of play and a slashing call coming up. Massachusetts will go short again. It'll be a 5-on-3 very briefly, just for 11 seconds, and then Cronin will have to sit. Slashing penalty is called, and Vermont is going to have more power play time to work with. Chance to build on this lead here as that shot cranked wide. Vermont with possession from in back of the goal. Del Giaco walks the line as it's now 5-on-4. But a power play nonetheless as that rolling puck was stopped. Rebound couldn't be put back on to the net, which came off its pegs, so we have a stoppage. So Massachusetts gets one back, but now they're short for 1:40. Trailing 2-1. Giving up a shorthanded goal in this first period, trying not to give up a power play goal. Face-off, cleanly won by Vermont. Del Giaco walks the line. Weeks from the slot, pushed one just wide. Missed the right skate of Downs by about a millimeter, it looked like. As Del Giaco stopping up on Taylor. Nice pass as a shot from Abbott was low and wide. Another chance, tipped to the short side, and it just gets through across the goal line and in for Abbott, his second of the game. And it's a power play goal for Team Vermont. They've got a 3-1 lead with 5:14 to go here in the first period. And Abbott's got himself a pair as Vermont works some excellent passing, and Abbott at the back door able to just get it through across the goal line as Downs could not stretch back for it. And now some separation as Team Massachusetts will have to try and rally from a 2-goal deficit. Campanelli streaking in. Had it poked off his stick by Wild, and the puck then just brushed over into the corner. Couture can't hold the line. Weeks with the setup, Abbott with the deposit. Beautiful goal there on the power play. As that is off his skate, Tatro just could not hold it in. Miller is back on it. Hires a pass ahead to Taylor. Two Boston Advantage teammates there. Puck ricocheting around. It comes available. Renault had his stick lifted there. Well done by Del Giaco. As it's wristed back in. Del Giaco to pick it up. Pressured quickly. Has to get physical there and knocks Renault down to the ice. Other player goes down in the corner. That was Campanelli. 3-on-2 here. Del Giaco trying to drop it off. Barnes just overskated it. And now Massachusetts can counter here with numbers. 3-on-1 potentially. Renault holds, passes, and scores on the 3-on-1. As Vermont got caught up ice, they couldn't get back in time. 3:42 to go in the first, and Team Massachusetts has pulled themselves to within a goal on a perfectly executed pass, and it's Taylor who can stash it in. He makes it a one-goal game late here in the first. Patrick Taylor able to finish off the play as Mass was able to take advantage of the numbers they had up ice. Back to a one-goal score again, 3.5 to go first period. Here comes Vermont back in on the attack. Stingway was forced all the way wide, and then his pass is going to split the point. Forces Albertson all the way back. Albertson sends it ahead, and Stingway might have his step down the left wing side, and he snapped it wide to the glove hand of Downs. Mass looking for a clear. That went off of a Vermont player. It was Abbott, and he's stung by that one. Puck finds its way out of play, and we get a stoppage. Vermont off the face-off. Lost the handle, and Renault trying to accelerate in while defending her well. Trying to return it to the point, but Marley was not there. Massachusetts has to regroup as Feldman sees it played to Dupree. Nearly gave it up to Renault. Good play by Marley at his own line. Now he'll try and get up on the rush. They're onside here as Marley into the circle. Takes the shot and misses to the stick side. They will regroup again from neutral ice. Just over 2 minutes to go in this opening period. Massachusetts trailed 3-1. Trying to get this game to even before the break as a couple players collide. Miller gathers from his own zone. Sends a pass ahead onto the tape of Clark. Clark working himself wide into the corner. Or rather Schiffenhaus, excuse me. Thought it was a 5 for a moment. Ended up being a 6. As the puck is rimmed up and out. Barnes can skate it. He's got some help with him in the form of Feldman. Barnes will instead take the shot. And he misses to the short side. Another penalty coming up here. This is a late one. And it'll be on Vermont. Cross-checking. And Barnes frustrated, but he'll go to the box. 1:15, all that's left here in the first. But it's going to put Massachusetts back to the power play. And they'll have 45 seconds of carryover time to work with should they not score here before the period ends. Couture will play it into the corner for Nelson. His short pass, though, was taken away. Del Giaco will take a skate with it shorthanded, try to pull the trigger on the shot. Taylor defended it well. Final minute of play here as Campanelli trying to stride forward. Unable to do so, and Vermont can clear. Nelson will spoon a backhand into the corner. Del Giaco there first, and his goaltender bailed him out there in a big way. Cover with a fantastic save. There's 30 seconds left in this period, and a pass into no man's land that Nelson just stepped right into, and somehow Massachusetts unable to bury it. 15 seconds left in the period. It's underneath somebody there and finally worked back out into neutral ice. Cronin ahead. Here's Schiffenhaus with numbers. He's going to have to hurry. He will shoot the crossbar as the buzzer will sound to glorious chances for Team Mass at the end. Cover made a big save, but then got some help from his friend the post as Schiffenhaus could not pick the high corner. But after a spirited 20 minutes, Team Vermont will take a 3-2 lead into the break here in this championship game. In the 2011 bracket, we'll return for the second period after this ice cut here from the rinks at Exeter. Ready to get the second and final period of regulation started here in this first of two championship games as we wrap up things with the 2011 bracket. Team Massachusetts trailing Team Vermont 3-2 after the opening 20 minutes of play. And Massachusetts will have 42 seconds left of carryover power play time to work with here on this freshly made sheet of ice. Both teams will change goaltenders. Will Mitchell taking over for Team Massachusetts. He will go opposite of Beckett Connolly in net for Team Vermont. As a chance here, just pushed through the crease and wide out the other side by Campanelli, who was knocked down as Marley sends it across into the circle. That shot is stopped by Connolly for a good first save. Another shot down low. Connolly another pad stop. Vermont still shorthanded, looking to clear right at the line. It was held by Campanelli. That shot down low. Another kick-out save for Connolly. Good way to enter this game. As look out, Marley stumbled, and Tatro in the clear all by himself. He'll deke, and he'll be denied by Mitchell as both goaltenders come in to this game cold and make fantastic saves to start the second period. That would have given Vermont their third two-goal lead of the game as we get a stoppage. Taylor more than frustrated with that call, but Massachusetts now will be shorthanded. This game has featured some penalties on both sides here. Team Massachusetts wants to talk things over. 4 minutes. I think they gave him an extra 2 for either the mouth or him swinging the stick back at the referee. Inadvertently, at least, but he did almost catch the referee. They definitely must have said something. They put 4 minutes on the board. So you got unsportsmanlike. That was the second one, and that's why it's going to be a 4-minute power play instead of just 2. Great chance here early in the period for Vermont to bag a couple of power play goals as that shot was misfired. Big kill needed here for Team Massachusetts, trailing 3-2. Vermont on this freshly made sheet of ice looking to do some damage here and expand the lead. Clark watching Dupree. Abbott, who's got a pair here, gets himself open, fires, and Mitchell can hang on to that in the glove. It's kind of been, we've gone with a Disney theme here today. I like it. It's been a lively morning here inside the rinks at Exeter as Mitchell makes that glove save standing. .3:21 to go on the double minor to Taylor. Massachusetts shorthanded here as that shot is blocked and cleared out. A good block off the legs of Couture. Connolly trying to tip that into space. Vermont will break out with it here. Malin Wild finding Abbott and across the left wing side. Abbott is watched by Marley, who was spun around for a bit. Puck laid back to the top. El Giaco fakes the shot. Now Wild's got some room. She'll creep in and fire. That was fought off by Mitchell. Almost handcuffed him there a bit. Massachusetts able to clear. Almost halfway through killing off this double minor. Del Giaco from his own zone. Short pass is on for Feldman. Up the wing for Barnes. Back into the middle for the defenseman, Del Giaco. He is offside, however. Weeks on the draw. It comes free, and Campanelli just sends it off the boards and down ice. Vermont trying to get another power play goal bag to go back by 2 as Gover with a bit of a toe drag. Didn't have a lot of space, though, as the backhander was shut down by Mitchell. Another long shot in. Mitchell sticks it away. Minute and 45 left on the kill as Vermont holds it in out high. Good job by Weeks. That pass just kept in by Dupree as Vermont barely held it in. In the high slot, Dupree catch and release. Shot changed directions twice, and Mitchell twice able to make 2 strong saves. Massachusetts is going to be short another player. After there was commotion in front. Looks like both are going to go. Both Marley and Dupree are off. Matching penalties, so no change in manpower. Puck is swatted out by Schiffenhaus. 5-on-4 power play still in effect for $1.12. Renault pushes it in on to Connolly, and he'll freeze it, taking no chances. One more game to go here this weekend. It's the 2010 championship game, which will also feature Team Massachusetts. They are taking on Team New Hampshire. Puck drop slated for 12:30. And then just like that, we are through here. 3 full days of tournament hockey. Goes by in a blink, it feels like. This puck is banked out. Schiffenhaus trying to win a foot race. Got interfered with, and that will be a penalty. Effectively killing off the rest of Taylor's double minor. Still 34 seconds left, but Wild is going to go into the box. 15.5 minutes to go here in the tilt. We'll play 4-on-4 briefly. And then Mass is going to take over on the power play. Shot wide off the end boards and then thrown right back across the crease. Nobody there in a crimson sweater. And so Vermont is away. Del Giaco taking it around the goal. Protecting and now shooting. And it was blocked aside. Campanelli now looking to start it ahead for Team Massachusetts. Still 4-on-4 as his shot is right into the chest of Connolly. Taylor still has a second left. There'll be a power play for Massachusetts for 1 minute and 27 seconds. And they win the draw as the shot was blocked down, but then the pass off the legs of Gover, who gets the clear. And then a steal. Already a shorthanded goal in this game for Team Vermont. They have an even strength, a shorthanded, and a power play goal. Looking for another, and they get one! The 2 defensemen team up for a shorthanded goal, and it's 4-2 for Vermont. Reese Del Giaco on the receiving end of a great pass from Levi Gover. And for the third time here this afternoon, Vermont has a 2-goal lead in this game over Team Massachusetts, who have allowed now 2 shorthanded goals in this game. Still over a minute of power play time, but now the deficit just a little steeper. Penalty is coming against Vermont. They might prefer to play that way, though, with how they've been scoring at shorthanded play at this rate. It's touched up by Abbott. A lot of penalties in this one. Feldman spent a couple of shifts in the penalty box. Five on three for at least 40 more seconds. Cross-checking penalty. Massachusetts needs to get something positive out of these power plays. They scored on their very first one, but not much to write home about since then. Slap back down. Mitchell will vacate the net, set things up for Marley. Vermont will get Wild back in 10 seconds as Taylor looks to drive. Another penalty coming up here as Taylor looks to wrap it in. Connolly the save. He then makes a stick save on Marley as it's played back into the crease. Connolly down along the goal line, able to keep it out, but there's going to be another penalty on the play. Might have more penalties than goals here in this contest. Both teams have been parading over to the penalty box. Go over to the box. And the Vermont bench got rung up as well for one. This is something else. We dropped the puck with a bevy of power play time. So much so that they can't fit it on the scoreboard as that shot is stopped. Very lengthy 5-on-3. There have been almost too many penalties to count as Abbott gets it clear. And yet, despite that, majority of these goals have either been 5-on-5 or for one team at shorthanded. Marley opens up. That shot off Campanelli, and then a backhander is right on, and Connolly can make that save. Feldman will exit the box in 23 seconds. It remains 5-on-3 still. Couture to shuffle it on to Miller. Back to Couture. Now Renault trying to thread it back through to Miller, who stumbled. A 2-on-1 shorthanded. Can they make it 3? They can! Reese Del Giaco again. It's the third shorthanded goal of the game. And Team Vermont, a 3-on-5 shorty to take a 5-2 lead over Team Massachusetts. 5-on-4 now. Or it should be 5-on-4. How is it not 5-on-4? This shot is blocked and ends up out of play. Feldman should be out of the box. Feldman should be out of the box. His cross-checking penalty ended. Why isn't he out of the box? He should be out of the box. I don't know what the Barnes kid is in there for. And then one's got 36 seconds left. Did they give him something else? Like a misconduct? 71 should be out, no? Right? Right? Am I crazy? They've called so many penalties in this game, I don't know left from right anymore. This game's been a little crazy, to say the least, at least in terms of how many whistles there have been. It's actually remarkable. There's still over 11 minutes to play in this third period. Couture with a shot wide. What's honestly even more remarkable is Massachusetts really can't seem to do anything with the power play time they've got, as Connolly makes not one but two saves, then a third save, and then finally the puck is whacked into the goal. It's a power play goal at that. And a 5-3 score with 11:19 to go. Now we're finally back to 5-on-5 as well. Everybody is out of the box. 11:19 to go. Let's hope that they stay empty. Massachusetts, a 2-goal score again. Fourth time here they have trailed by 2. 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, and now 5-3. They've still got 11 minutes to try and score 2 more. Del Giaco looking for the hat trick. He's got 2 of the 3 shorthanded goals scored by Vermont this afternoon. Petro was checked, and a penalty for body checking. This game might not end at this current rate. 43 to go. Didn't last for very long playing at 5-on-5. We almost went 40 full seconds. Vermont on the power play, looking for their 6th here of the day. Nice move by Castingway as it comes to the short side. A couple of times Mitchell able to make the save, and then he melts it down along the post. Faceoff will be to the right of Will Mitchell as we are just about at the halfway mark of this second period. Finally, with the rate this has been going, it's been quite a drag here in this third period. We've had just a lot of stoppages. As Del Giaco moving back in, snakes his way into the corner and then lost his footing. Puck taken away by Team Massachusetts. Campanelli moving in. Can they find themselves a shorthanded goal? Instead, they find the webbing of Connolly's glove. He'll hang on for the faceoff. Shorthanded for just 59 more seconds. Off the draw. Skated ahead by Gover. Cuts into the middle. Campanelli hoped to force it off his blade. 45 left in the power play. Abbott gets around Cronin nicely. The shot from the far point, though, was wide. As Cronin can't wedge it through Abbott. Nice play there. Abbott from a knee. Put it off the side of the net. 25 seconds left on Marley's penalty, and Massachusetts gets it clear. Campanelli takes it back at center ice. Dozen seconds to go until we return to five-a-side. Campanelli checked. But he swung the puck across. Cronin right on, and that's into the chest of Connolly. No further play as we're back to five-a-side. Stepping off the draw, that one shoveled right to goal, and Connolly another save right into his chest. Puck is tossed into the corner. Del Giaco escapes his own zone, but then ran into Taylor, who took it back. Taylor cutting from his own blue line, trying to pick up some steam here. In across the Vermont line, Taylor could not carve his way through a sea of yellow jerseys. But the puck stolen back by Renault. He'll hold and shoot. That's past Connolly on the glove side and wide, as now Stingway jabs it ahead. He's got a 2-on-1 here, but he'll take the shot instead, and Mitchell able to pull that down in the glove. Chucked off the boards. Barnes is able to hold the line. Good support there. Under 8 minutes to go. Worked out by Team Massachusetts. Nelson chopping his way in across the line. Makes a move and leaves it there. A chance to the short side was turned out by Connolly. As from the point, Miller's shot easily caught by Beckett Connolly. Wild with it here. Up the boards and out. Miller ahead. Cronin for Nelson. Had that chance blocked by Dupree. Lifted up into the air. Glove down by Abbott. Nudged there by Cronin. Worked back in deep. Wild trying to skate it out of her own zone. Picks up some speed. Colin Wild on the backhand. Plays it into an open corner, and now will perhaps head off for a change here. She looks back towards the bench. Over fresh on, steps up and steals the puck. And lost it though as he couldn't kick to the stick. Winds up getting it right back at center ice. He'll drop a backhand in below the goal line and head back to his point position as Schiffenhaus is pressured by Stingway. It's laid all the way down, and it does have enough to drift on for an icing. off the face-off. Del Giaco fanned on it. Got the puck in deep, though. Some short passing here. Castingway thought about pulling off the Michigan, perhaps. Cuts back into the circle and fired one that deflected wide. Massachusetts down by 2 here in this championship game, and they're unable to stay onside. It's just a stride ahead was Declan Lyons. Penalty coming up here. It'll be on Massachusetts as that shot punched away by Mitchell. Extra skater is on for Vermont. And Pinelli finally touches the puck. Cross-checking is the call. 5:26 to go here in the second period of play. And Pinelli is guilty of a cross-check. Special teams certainly been a story in this game here. Vermont with more shorthanded goals than they do power play goals, but they can restore their 3-goal lead as Abbott shoots and hits the post. He was looking for the hat trick there. Massachusetts can get it clear. A lot of this game has been played with one team or another in the penalty box, especially in this second period. A lot of whistles as Taylor gets a steal. Trying to move in shorthanded. His team needs 2 just to tie. Taylor and Wild both go down. And more penalties. So 4-on-4 now. Each team with a player in the penalty box. Like I said, especially in this second period, it's been largely played like this. 4-on-4, a break. Del Giaco hands it off. Castingway shoots, and that's flexed out by Mitchell. Nice save there off that right pad. He angles that into the corner. 4-on-4. Over, back in. Tucks it on back. Castingway, nice move. Another shot, and Mitchell can hang on tight to that. Puck clears the Massachusetts zone. Del Giaco turning tightly. Finds Abbott, winding up. And that's into the glove of Mitchell. We make sure everyone knows it. Taken off the draw by Vermont. Taylor is able to swat that shot out of the air. 4-on-4 for 20 seconds still. He'll accelerate in and snap one wide to the short side. Couture lost it to Gover. He'll break in across the line with Weeks. Weeks trying to go back to Gover, and he was unable to jab one through. Abbott winding up. That shot picked up late by Mitchell, but he pawed it away off the glove. Team Massachusetts now on a power play for 40 seconds. But it's been Team Vermont who's had more success on Massachusetts power plays. 2 power play goals for Team Mass, 3 shorthanded goals for Team Vermont as Campanelli's shot was blocked. 3 minutes to go in the tilt. Still a 5-3 score. Mitchell drifts out a bit. Has not gotten a call over from the bench just yet, as that shot is caught and held onto by Connolly. 2:49 left. See what Massachusetts opts to do. Off the draw. Barnes able to jab it back out into neutral ice. Miller in over the line with a shot. Good blocker save by Connolly. Rebound just slapped wide. Puck in back of the goal. Dug out by Massachusetts. Sprayed up to the line. Kept by Schiffenhaus. Puck available in feet. Priestley with it. Looks to get a return feed. Instead, it is Castingue to lug it down the left wing side. Makes a nice move. Trying to step around Miller, who stumbles and crashes into the boards. 2 minutes to go here. In this 5-3 game, Vermont trying to win the 2011 bracket. Maine finishing third, New Hampshire finishing fourth. Puck along the wall. Priestley turns, has it out high and plays it into the corner. It's returned back up to the line, an errant pass, and Castingue trying to step ahead free. Just couldn't get the shot away. Miller got back in the nick of time. Time is starting to run out, though, for Team Massachusetts. Last 70 seconds. They are trailing by 2 here. Puck played down and around the boards as we're into the final minute. Marley up to the line. Held by Vermont. This is Abbott making a nice move to the backhand, and he missed. He is vying for that hat trick. 40 seconds to go. Marley from his own zone sends it on ahead. Mitchell will get waved over as it's now or never. Schiffenhaus in across the line, finds Miller, waiting for a trailer, but the pass missing Renault's tape. Less than half a minute to go. As the puck is taken in deep, Campanelli circles the net and throws one out in front. A save made by Connolly, and the rebound ricocheted wide. Another shot kicked out off the stick of Taylor as we're into the final 10. Backhander lifted over top of the net. 5 seconds to go. Abbott has it around his own net. 2 seconds and 1, and Vermont wins it. A 5-3 final over Team Massachusetts, and they win in the 2011 bracket, the championship here. What a fantastic game played here between these two teams. But Vermont able to win the New England States Rivalry Challenge. And no surprise who our MVP will be from Team Vermont, defenseman Reese Del Giaco, who scored twice in that second period to help Vermont stamp out a lead, and both of his goals shorthanded, which for a defenseman is really impressive. A much-deserved honor for him and a much-deserved title for Team Vermont, who emerged victorious 5-3 the final over Team Massachusetts. One more game to go here from the rinks at Exeter. It's the 2010 title game. Team New Hampshire taking on Team Massachusetts. We'll have that for you up next. Bet.
Number 10. 10. Ah. That's amazing.